How you doing, man? Did you get through the tutorials?
Yeah, it took ages setting up the Facebook page because I thought it was already set up, and then I had to delete a page and then set a new one up, and then it was still linked to my personal Facebook by mistake, but it's somehow worked out in the end. So
I
I
thought
don't
you
know.
had Manychat set up already. You were good to
Yeah, I
go.
did. That's what was confusing me. But then, like, also Manychat's still says like my old Instagram name and stuff, so it still works. But
All right, probably. Man. Hey, Jack. How you doing? You as well?
G'day, mate. Good. Yourself?
Yeah, man. Doing decent. Doing decent. How was the YouTube series? Did you get through any of it?
Yeah, I got through most of it, man. I was just working on integrating everything today, the webhooks and stuff. I just have a couple of road bumps that I need to smooth out, but yeah, it was very well put together.
Thanks, mate. Appreciate it. Yeah, we can go through that on the call for sure.
Sweet.
Sure, mate. What about you, Finn? Were you okay with getting make.com incorporated, or did you not get that far?
I got up to the third video, then I had to go to work yesterday evening, so I'm not up to that.
Fair play, mate. Yeah,
I've got an account set up though.
I did release it quite late, to be fair, compared to when this was scheduled. What about you, Joe? How we doing?
I have been dying with a flu for the last 36 hours, so I haven't done a
Oh,
whole
mate.
lot of anything.
It's all right, mate. No worries. Did you watch any of the tutorials?
Yeah, I literally started them lying in bed yesterday and fell asleep.
Nice. Oh well, that's the way life deals the hands sometimes. Know what I mean?
Yeah, look, I'm here. I'm ready to participate.
Nice.
So, man. So, Joe, did you look through any of the YouTube tutorials? Have you played about with Manychat before? The Instagram automations?
No, pretty like I scanned over things, but
Yep.
still
No
pretty
worries.
new. I can pick it up from wherever you guys are. Don't worry about that.
No worries. And what's your aim with using the automation? What do you want to achieve?
Not have to reply to so many DMs and comments on posts and just automate things a little bit easier.
Yeah, sure. And what sort of call to actions or posts do you currently have?
So I have it depends. The posts are slightly different, but usually anywhere from a 2 to 5 day mobility protocol.
Yeah,
It's
and
like a
then
PDF that they can send out. Like they send an email, then they get it.
so do you use like ConvertKit or
I send them a DM.
DM?
They
DM. Yeah.
I just say send me on your email and I'll send it out. Then I
Oh, nice.
put their email in, attach a file, and send it on.
Nice one, mate. Okay, so there's no like keyword they're saying. It's just give me your email. Got you. Got you. So most people they've got a trigger, so that the first block you'll come to is the trigger block, and you've got different options here. So send the message is just a DM, and you can have like the keyword. That's really easy to set up. Also, it's really easy to set up the story, etc. And then the post on the reel, you actually need an extra step to set that up. Finn, have you set that up before?
Yeah.
What was it? Just you just had one block after the trigger. There wasn't like
Mine
blocks?
was literally user comments and then I send them a block of text.
Yeah.
And then take it over. So it's still not much use.
Got you. Yeah. So I'll show you quickly how you can incorporate like a longer automation. It's pretty much if you get them commenting on your post or reel, they've not opted in to the automation yet. So you have to get their permission. So that'll be in a block. So hold on. Do you want to continue with it? Right. Instagram. So we're going to need a block here that asks for their permission. So
okay.
typically you go, hey, thanks for showing interest in that. Hey, I hear you want to get my program, or whatever the end goal of the program is. That's what they're looking for. So what was that, Joe, that you were saying? 2 to 5 day mobility. Is that what you said? Or...
Yeah. I have like a 2 to 5 day mobility protocol, depending on the reel. It's slightly different one, depending on what I post.
So what do they get out of it? Do they get like no hip pain or something like that?
Yeah, so it's basically like a beginner guide to opening up, whether it's knees, hips, shoulders. 5 day protocol.
Okay, cool. So the copy can be something like that they're going to opt into, and then so maybe I'll zoom in. I see you guys trying to read it. Can you read that now? Yeah, I hear you want to get my program to get yourself out of hip pain, right? And then you're going to need a button that they're going to click. So, and you're going to want a call to action. So sometimes you can have let's go or whatever your style of communication is. So the idea of them going through this flow, they should be communicating with the brand, with Joe, with Finn, with Jack. So you're not wanting to just use the language in this template without changing it to your own language. Because although it's automated, they're going to have the experience of speaking with you. And it's pretty much like having like an employee that's never off ill, that knows your brand inside out, that can reply to people within a timely manner, no matter when it is. That's when it's working well, sort of thing. So nice emoji. Emojis are actually showing to like increase click-through rate by like 10% because it like catches the eye, sort of thing. So if you put things that you want people to see, you just have a like emoji at the start, and then you put "let's go" or something like that. It catches their eye, and you're also wanting to tell them to click it. You don't just want to have a button that they need to click, and they've got to figure it out for themselves. Like quite a lot of people will miss it, and they'll be like, "Where's the rest of it?" So you want to have a call to action here, sort of thing. So yeah. So let's get you what you want. Click, and then I always put the same copy. Let's go below, and then quite often it's nice. There's a emoji that's like a finger pointing down. So I think just to make it obvious. Right, so this block is just an information block for if you go through the flow, and you don't want to include that. That was just breaking down what happens in the flow and stuff like that. Right, so we're needing them to opt in, and the last step for this to work, you also need to change this as comment reply. And the other times you have a block with text, it won't be comment reply, it'll be within 24-hour window. So this is just to get it set up for them commenting on a post or reel. Right. And typically I just go all post or reels, which requires a pro account, which isn't expensive. It's $15 a month. Or you can choose a specific one. And then hopefully I can zoom out again. I'm needing to see the bottom of the screen, but it's not showing me.
That was one of the steps I was struggling to figure out, because I went through the whole process, read all the like text boxes, personalized it and deleted it after I was done. But then, yeah, I couldn't quite figure out they wanted me to change it, make comment reply instead of 24-hour window. So I thought you just couldn't like use the template in that way. It had to be them DMing you, if you know what I mean. But
yeah,
now
we
I know
set up for the
make that first step different.
yeah, you have to get them to opt in. It is in one of my other videos, but not in that series. But yeah, I just set up for people DMing you. Let's open this up.
Yeah, it is at the moment, but that's not ideally what I want. I wanted it to be as a comment reply, so I'll need to change. I'd like to change that around back to more of what it was.
Yeah. So
yeah, user sends a message.
Can you guys see my screen? Or no?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Right, and then you're just going to have whatever they're going to comment under your post. So typically you're going to want any misspellings that you're seeing people do. They're probably going to have stuff that's really similar, but not quite what you're wanting. I always have all caps, all lower, and then first one. People on iPhone always end up writing the first one capital. I noticed my girlfriend done that, and then I realized, yeah, it must be something to do with way iPhone messages are set up. And then these ones, you don't need an auto reply, but this gets people to look at their DMs, sort of thing. So I'll just leave it as no, but you can write check your DMs. Okay, I'll just leave it like that. But you want multiple. You want like 10. But if you're getting a lot of comments, you want like 10, so it doesn't look like it's automated. But yeah, okay, all good. Right, and then this didn't save, obviously. Edit automation. Oh, here we go. Nice. Cool. Yeah. So this one shows like the saved version all the time, and then if you've got an orange dot, it means there's a difference between the saved version and the version that's like live. And then this, you can press update to make this the live version, pretty much. So we've got the let's go. So they're opting in after a post or reel. You can easily have the trigger for a DM as well, because we've got them opting in, which isn't required for the DM, but it still works. So you can have like one flow just to manage it in one place if that's easier. But like if people DM you, they don't need to click this button at all. So yeah, quite often I'll send you the link for another video that I show you where it's not from that tutorial series, but I show Justin Mucci's flow, and like I've got different starting flows that feed into this card. And yeah, the one for the comment on the post, you've got an opt-in button, and the other ones for the story and also the DM, they don't have an opt-in button, but they have similar text. They just say, "Hey, I hear you want to hear about my program," or whatever the text was, and then it goes straight in to here, sort of thing. Yeah, so now this card doesn't actually make sense. Yeah, so I would say just delete that, and you can have that emoji there, sort of thing. Delete this, and then join up here. Right, so this is where the email is collected, just like the final tutorial that I've got before this. If you note, I do have, so this is a condition block. So ask me if anything is unclear, if I'm going over something a bit fast or anything. So if email's unknown, it follows the green path. They get asked to email. to give the email. And if the contact does not respond within that time, so you can actually change how long it is. So we've got just 5 minutes, and they get asked again. You can up this up to 23 hours, sort of thing. It's quite nice to bring people back. So I do write up this in that note. Like if someone gets distracted, then 5 minutes later they get asked for their email again, and we've got that recorded into a Google Sheet just for now, which was set up in the last tutorial. But I can show you guys if you guys are having trouble with that. I can go over that on the call as well. There's something else that I added here, which is like I added another condition. So I clicked on this, and then you can go to system field, Instagram, and I'm just looking for the Instagram name that I test with. So it's got to be another account that you run the flows with to test on Instagram on your phone. And I just put is, and then I put the exact name of my Instagram. And that just allows me to run through the flow as if my email's not already known on the system. So I can test these blocks. And I clicked here any of the following conditions instead of all. If I clicked all the conditions need to be true for it to go green, then it would never go green for anyone else, and it would not work in actually collecting people's details, etc. So after it's collected, this is new to this template. We've got the access ebook button, and then when people click on that, you've got an action, and it's called has clicked free ebook link. This is powerful for the follow-ups, so you know whether someone's clicked it or not. You've got this card that you're going to delete. Just remove that, and then we've got a 10-minute delay, and we've got whether they've clicked it or not. If they haven't clicked it, tag isn't has clicked free ebook link. It goes to this message. So it uses their first name. Have you tried the link? And these messages bring the user back to the sales process, and they're really powerful compared to like an email where people like chase up. It's called like abandoned cart, if you've heard of it. Like if you're on a website and you've added stuff to a cart, and you leave the website, the website typically is going to email you saying, hey, we noticed that you left this without buying it, just reminding you to buy it. An email is not as powerful as a one-to-one message like these are, which is what makes doing it in chat so powerful. And we've got, if they have clicked, we just have a follow-up question, which is powerful for, we've just given them the free value of the ebook. And then this is where you want to discover any problems they've got and lead to upsell if appropriate, sort of thing. So it's just a basic message. Have you had time to look at the ebook? You get any feedback, any thoughts or questions? If they're like, oh yeah, the hypno routine looks great, but you know, I'm needing something more like one-to-one coaching. I really see the value in that ebook that you've given me. So that's really where the upsell comes into play. Yeah, pretty much. So in the flow, it's just kept quite basic or manageable for you guys. Signed to Ian Shaw. I'll just refresh. Hopefully it comes back. Okay, it's doing something now. And now I can't even see the top. Okay, here we go. Yeah, so this is assigning a conversation to a user. So we come in here, live chat, assign. You can notify assignees if you've got the pro account, and you can activate Telegram as well. So you get a Telegram ping, and you can put information here that you'll get in Telegram, so you can like jump in to the conversation and be able to like move it on, etc. So you can even put like what they last said and what their reply was. So last text input is here. So full name often isn't that helpful. Go to Instagram username. I said blah. And then it's you can put like what flow it is, so the ebook flow sort of thing. So you can come in at this point and try to upsell them to your product, funnel them to whatever product would solve their problem, pretty much. So I've tried to keep it as manageable as possible, and instead of having like I would have calls to AI that like look at their last response, and then you've got different like pathways depending on what product is suitable for them. So I've left that out just so you guys can manage this yourselves as best as possible, sort of thing. Are there any questions or anything you guys want to talk about to like add to it or anything?
Yeah, I've got questions if no one else wants to go. I've got a couple I want to fire off.
Yeah, mate.
So if I'm just looking at mine, I changed that last bit. I may as well start there. That assigned conversation, I changed to just myself, but not that notify attendees that we just looked at. What is the difference there? What's it going to do if I just leave it as assigned conversation?
So assigned conversation. Do you want to share your screen?
Yeah.
Sweet. It's just going to be on Manychat that you're going to see in like the conversations tab, and it's going to be under your name. So rather than you receiving a notification like on your phone for you to like jump in, yeah. So you've got that, and then if you click on the live chat, or right click it instead of left, and open new tab. Yeah.
So it's only going to notify me within Manychat.
And now open that tab that you've opened. Yeah, so we'll look at the message tab.
If it loads, internet's maxed out here. Here we go.
Yeah, so see that U column? Yeah, that it would appear in that.
Yeah.
When someone gets to that stage, and it wouldn't actually like give you any further information. So see how I wrote, like you could easily write a description of what they've done and then what they last put in, and then you get that on your phone and you can like jump in there.
Yep. Gotcha. Okay. I'll need to change that. I want to change that.
Yeah, so
yeah, I left that. It's all good. Change that.
Yeah, and probably the link to the ebook you're going to want to change.
Yeah, that's my ebook. I think that's the same. This bit, the Instagram username for the collection, I didn't quite understand. It had yours in it. the Fitmate AI. So I just changed it to has any value, but I'm not really sure what that's doing.
No,
That's the right thing to do.
you'd either remove that or you put whatever testing Instagram you're going to use. So do you have a second Instagram account?
Not a personal one, but I have access to the
Yeah.
Vanuatu Village one that I've been testing.
So whatever one that you use to test with, you can put here, and it was just allow you to see the email each time, the email collection, rather than skip the email collection. Because when it follows the red path, it means the email is known already. So just imagine you're going to have quite a few automations with, like, Joe's got different products he was talking about, like the 3 to 5 day, one for hip, one for back, stuff like that. So they've given their email anywhere in any flow at all. Then they come into a second one. You already know the email, so you're not going to collect it. That's what makes this so seamless, sort of thing. You're collecting it in the chat once, and then you're giving them the extra resource without collecting it again. So that's why there's a red path. Otherwise, you wouldn't have a condition here, and you'd just be asking them every single time the email. But the second block allows you to test it pretty much. So if you has Instagram user is value of, and then whatever your testing one is, your personal one, then this allows you to see the email, but it's not required. So I would suggest just remove the second box just to make it easier. Yeah, just remove the second box, and then you need to connect that. You need to connect the condition to the previous box as well, because it's not connected to anything. Cool.
Like that? Yeah, I need to change this as well, because I changed it to user sends message, which I guess I could keep, but I'll change it to the comment reply, and I'll use the same kind of wording. I noticed in your tutorial you said it would be good to collect first and last name, so I did that and made an attempt at adding that into my Google Sheet.
Okay,
via
cool.
Make,
good.
But I don't know if it's working.
Good attempt, I'd say. But see, after you collect the name, I wouldn't send the information yet. So you just do it after the email, but you include that name that you've collected when you send the email, sort of thing. And
so this step over here will do everything, will it?
Yeah. But
when it says trigger make, it'll okay. Yeah.
So you can set it up to send everything at the same time. But at the moment, you're not see the name. I really doubt you're creating like a custom field and setting that value to name. Or I don't think you're doing that at the moment. You're probably just are you sending the last text input to Make? Is that what you're doing? I can show you on my screen how I'd say is the optimal way to do it.
Yeah, I set the reply type, but yeah, that would be good.
Okay.
I need to stop sharing, don't I? Stop sharing.
So I would recommend perhaps not collecting the name, just because it removes a layer of complexity, but we'll do it here anyway. Right, so you had correctly, you were using a user input block, which waits for them to enter data, sort of thing, like that. And then perform action, you need to have this as a custom field. So you can create a new custom field by doing plus user field. And then if you've got something like name, I'll just create a new one. Template name, just so I don't get confused with fields I actually use. So what do I call you? And then just have this as template name. And that's that saved as that. And then we've got next step if they reply. So that's 23 hours. I've not got a second little block to remind them like I've got set up here. After 5 minutes, they get reminded and they've got a second opportunity to put it in. This one is just one message, but it's like, see if they don't put in their name and they go away. There's no chase up at the moment. And then to have this sent to make, let's see, so this was set up in the last tutorial on YouTube. So at the moment it's just the subscriber first name. If we go down to custom fields and we run it through, I'd run through the data once, and then the custom fields will be a drop down, and then you'd be able to like get all the custom fields that you have. So if I run once, hopefully I can see the top of the screen. Right, okay. 494. Where's my phone? Okay, it doesn't show up on desktop, but it's showing me let's go on my phone. So before you start, Ian. Go. I was hoping I could join with my phone, but it was making some mad racket, so I had to quickly not do that. Right. Hopefully we have custom fields down here. And then you've got all the custom fields that you've got on your Manychat. And we've got, where's template name here. So instead of first name, I'd put template name, or whatever you call it. It's probably just going to be name. And you've got to make sure that you save it. So if you press OK here, and then you press save there. I'm just going to change this back, just so I'm not confused. First name, last name. Okay. Have you got any questions, Finn, or Jack, anything further as well?
Yeah, have you found that when you put on the Manychat flow first name, that it never sends it?
First name, so it's only if they don't have a name on Instagram that doesn't send anything. But no, first name sends for me. I know you asked me that before. No, like
Yeah, I stopped doing it because every single person, it would just say hey and then have a space and then a comma. So I just put hey now. But
yeah, if you collect their name, their actual name, then you get them saying what they want to be called. But quite a lot of Instagram accounts, they don't use their actual name. Like it's not like Facebook where it has to be their name for some reason.
yeah. And then
Yeah.
at the end of that flow that you were talking about when you finished,
Yeah.
and you're talking about AI stuff, do you then link that so it's almost like having a virtual assistant that continues the conversation but based off people's answers?
Yeah. So I get the AI to look at their answer, and then I get the AI to like bucket it into what option is best, and then there's like different options coming off. You've Evan's got quite a complex flow. To be honest, his offering is changing, so this will likely change. But yeah, his athletic DM or comment was like it could go so many ways. They got asked at the start, is it like are they looking to get out of pain or are they looking to be athletic sort of thing? And then that the athletic one could go to his 12-week program. It could go to one coaching. So people were booking calls. It could go a lot of places. You can get really far with the quick replies. So if you had a question and then it doesn't feel like an actual conversation, which is like a disadvantage compared to using the AI and get them to answer questions in their own words. But you can get really far with quick replies. So I ask them questions, get them a quick reply, and then funnel them towards your product. And like you can have a Calendly link for them to book a call. Yeah, so some are having trouble with too many people are booking calls and then not following through. Maybe they're not qualifying them enough. So yeah, make sure they're qualified, sort of thing. Make sure they know it's not going to be for a free service, sort of thing. Perhaps whatever you want to do, but it's pretty flexible.
Yeah, I think that's important. And I don't know, I remember mentioning it to you when we first spoke, but whenever I've uh, whenever I've interacted with someone that I've actually wanted their service and then it's constant buttons or something and it's quite clear you're not speaking to a person, I'll just be like, sack this off. So I think the flow up to where you got to is good and then take over or lay
Yeah,
it down the line and have a VA doing it. But yeah,
it's up to you, mate.
yeah, I like it.
Decent. Thanks, mate. What about you, Jack? How are we doing?
Yeah, my integration on my webhook, I don't think is set up correctly. I'll share, but I don't seem to have the same amount of options. I can only really have. Am I sharing? You should be able to see
Yeah,
this.
yeah.
Whoops, wrong one. So here, I still have this test stuff, but there's no. These are the only options that I have.
Yeah, so you've got to click run once.
Yep. Yeah, I've run it a fair few times.
So what are you wanting to put into the Google Sheet exactly? Is it the custom
I've just
field? Your name?
collected like this here, pretty much like word for word followed the video tutorial. So I've run it, as you can see, a fair few times.
Yeah, yeah. And
Um,
okay, let's go back to the Manychat. Open up Manychat. Yeah, and so let's see the email where you're taking the email. Click on that block. So reply type email. Okay. And then, so do you want to just quickly test it on your phone? Let's see what comes through. Is it updated to update? Click.
Fuck.
Click
Is
update
it gonna
at the top
work?
right.
Yeah, it should work.
Just remove that. Yeah. So that's from the button. You'll need to connect it.
Button to this. Yeah.
Click update. And then if you want to send it. So is it the intro block you've got as comment reply or what? Right, and you've got to the first block with the trigger has to go to that one with the button. So just delete the one, delete the connection from that. Yeah, there you go. Delete that. And then attach it there. There you go.
Okay.
Click update. Instead of 24-hour, it should be comment reply and then update.
Yes.
Right, and then you're going to want to drop it down. So see that preview? There's a button next to it, the arrow. Now, next to live that you just clicked. Yeah, there's an arrow.
Yeah.
And then an Instagram preview. And then you'll have to DM yourself 474.
I'm like right at the edge of the Wi-Fi.
And even this quote here, I've been reaching out to people for ebooks and then
Right, Gavin?
getting their email and then putting it into a ConvertKit and then sending out emails via that. And I didn't even think that you can just get their email from here and then send the PDF straight after. So that in itself will save loads of time as well.
One option that's quite nice and easy to manage. So, Jack, can you mute your laptop? Is that it? Yeah. Okay. Can you hear me still? Yeah. One way is actually just to share the link to the ConvertKit landing page, sort of thing, and then send them that via email using ConvertKit. It's quite easy to manage.
To be honest, I don't even have a landing page set up on there. I literally just have it store emails at the moment and send emails. But yeah,
Fair.
I need to look into that kind of stuff.
It looks quite easy to set up, like just the form where it's like name, email, and then they just get that by email, sort of thing. So you wouldn't even need the email collection here or make.com. Okay, can you see my Manychat screen?
No.
No. Okay. So we'd have the comment reply, and then literally you can just have a block where it's just like follow the link to get the resource, and then you'd share that link here to your ConvertKit page, and literally that's all you need on the Manychat side, sort of thing. And you'd have the follow-ups, the same sort of thing. If they click it, then the follow-ups can be, hey, what did you think of the resource? Have you had time to read it, etc. It would actually cut out a lot of this overhead for you guys. So yeah, I can easily make like a quick template as well. Put that in the same resource. And yeah, Evan's definitely still got landing pages, and they'd just be so easy to like plug in for you guys. It's definitely an option.
Yeah, I think that could be useful.
It just means you're not using make.com to send or to collect the email. You're not using Manychat for anything complex at all, really. You're sending them to a landing page, and they put in the details, and they get it by email, sort of thing. So for you guys, it's a lot less overhead, but there's a lot of efficiencies that are lost. So what I was talking about, each time they come into your ecosystem, if they've already given you their details, they don't need to put in their details again.
Yeah, that's true.
Also, if there's an external landing page, usually the click-through rate is a third. It's like 3 times as much if you keep them within the DMs, because they're already in Instagram DMs. They're not leaving. Every time you leave, that's friction, and you get the follow-ups as well. So the DMs come in like 5 minutes after, going like, "Hey, just reminding you to come back to the sales process," sort of thing. So you are losing quite a lot, but at the same time, if you're optimizing for what's easy for you, and you guys can still get a lot of leads. Like for quite a while, Evan's account was exactly like that, because I was building out some complex flows that like close people on calls and stuff. You know what I mean? And I hadn't optimized the like lead collection for ConvertKit. So yeah, you can easily do that at the start, and then maybe later down the line look at optimizing it by like it's quite similar to the flow template that I've got given you guys, but instead of sending it to Google Sheets, you're sending it to ConvertKit, and you can have it only if their information's not on record already, if they've not come into your ecosystem before. And if they have, then you're just sending it to opt them in to another list. So you'd have like different lists for different lead magnets, sort of thing.
That sounds good.
Yeah, so that could be pretty powerful.
I appreciate your time. Being very
Okay,
good.
guys. Good session. Bye. Yeah, I'll put
Thanks,
the
man.
rerun on YouTube.